They hovered, whispered behind coats and sunglasses, waiting for me to break. But I'd already done that, years ago, quietly, in the house my father pretended was a home. My brother, David, stood at the casket like a prince surveying land he already owned. Mother wept into his shoulder like he was the one who died. I watched, dry-eyed. When the will was read, they didn't even look at me. My name was an afterthought between billions and Bentleys. David got the estate, the company, the mansion that swallowed my childhood whole. I got a briefcase, old, leather-cracking, locked. David laughed, loud enough to fill the whole damn room. "Dad really gave you his junk drawer," he smirked. "Sentimental value, I guess." Laughter echoed. Eyes slid away. I didn't say a word, just took the briefcase and left. That night I sat on the floor of my apartment, bare walls, silence humming like electricity in my ears, and broke it open with a hammer. The lock split, dust curled upward. Inside, one yellowed envelope. No money, no keys, just a single line scrawled on the page in his unmistakable hand. "Go to the bank, account 0037. I stared, blinked once, then again, and the moment I opened that account the next morning, when the number burned across the screen like fire, I realized something. My father didn't give me nothing. He gave me everything, and something even worse, the truth. That was the balance, untraceable, offshore, and left only to me. No instructions, no explanation. But the next page in the envelope, the one folded beneath the note, shook more than my hands. It hollowed me out. A photograph. David, my father, and someone else. A woman I knew, too well. My mother. Only, something in her face was different. Younger. Relieved. I flipped the photo. 1991. The day we decided. Decided what? I was born in 92. And suddenly, memories I never trusted came clawing back. Flickers of slammed doors, hushed fights, my father's silent dinners. David always had his approval, his voice, his name. I had his distance. I folded the photo and walked to the window. The city lights glared up, unblinking. Something was wrong. No, not wrong. Buried. I requested my birth certificate. It came in 3 days. I stared at the fields. Mother, Elaine Hawthorne. Father, not listed. Not blank, not listed. I asked for a DNA test, quietly. Used a toothbrush David left in the guest bathroom of the old apartment once. Still had it. Still hated that he came over like he owned the air I breathed. The results took a week. During that time, I smiled at family dinners, watched David tell stories over wine about his latest merger, watched Mother nod along, her eyes always on him, like he was the only son she ever had. No one noticed me watching, not even when I stopped laughing, not even when I stopped blinking. The results arrived on a Wednesday. I opened the envelope with the same knife I used for everything. Small, clean, quiet. I didn't even have to read past the first line. Probability of full sibling relationship, 0%. I went to visit Mother on a Sunday. She wore pearls, always did when she lied. I handed her the envelope. Didn't speak. She read it. Didn't blink. Just one long exhale, like she'd been holding her breath for decades. "I wanted to tell you," she said finally, voice brittle. I tilted my head, just slightly. She looked away. "It was an affair. Your father, well, the man you thought was, he forgave me, but he never forgot. That's why he distanced himself." I said nothing. She shook her head. "But he still raised you, fed you, educated you. That counts for something." I stood, paused, then slid the photograph onto the table beside her wineglass. She paled. "That's not—" But I was already walking out, and the truth was already burning. David came to my door 2 days later, smug, sun-kissed, reeking of inherited power. "You think Dad left you something real?" he asked, laughing. "You know how offshore accounts work. That money's probably dirty. You'll lose it all." I let him rant, let the air tighten. Then I handed him the envelope, not the bank details, the DNA results. He frowned, read, laughed, then read again, slower. His face drained. I didn't blink. "You're not my brother," I said, finally, voice flat, not cold, just done. He opened his mouth, closed it. "What is this? Some kind of revenge?" I smiled. "No," paused. "Just clarity." Then I handed him a final sheet, folded, worn, my father's last legal amendment, the one hidden in the briefcase. "David is not my biological son. If he contests this will, execute clause 37B. He didn't ask what 37B was, but his lawyer did, and the lawsuit disappeared within days. Mother sent a letter, said she was sorry, said she didn't expect him to take it that hard. I didn't write back.